I'm at the beach, but I'm in my fishing gear. What is the deal? Hey everybody, glad you're with us. Coming up in the next half hour, I'm gonna take you fishing at one of my favorite fishing destinations in the entire country. Where are we going? We reveal it coming up because Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southwest region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi everybody, I'm coming to you from one of my favorite places on the entire planet. Beaches, seafood, great fishing, beautiful places to stay. Where else but Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. In fact, coming to you right now from the parking lot at the greatest state park, in my opinion, in the whole southern half of Alabama. It's the Gulf State Park. Those are sand dunes right there, but just over those sand dunes, no more than 150 feet or so from me, is the beach. And the pavilion and all the assets of the state park are right behind me. A beautiful hiking trail, biking trail, great lake, great lodging, everything. We are going to do some fishing today. My friend Patrick Garmison, who guides on the entire western half of the Gulf Shores and Orange Beach complex, is going to take us out in search of speckled trout today and some really nice ones. We're going to be doing it out of my brand new fishing rig. This is my custom rigged machine from Waypoint Customs, the Gulf Coast's leading custom shop. They've got this boat tricked out with all the goodies, including shock absorbers on the custom upholstered seats that they all do in-house. They've got all the custom decaling on it. They've got the power poles, the Mercury Pro XS 300 engine with all of the custom paint job on it, the slick sticks on the custom trailer, the custom painted wheels, the fantastic sound system. This thing is detailed out to the max, and they do it all in-house from their home location in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm looking forward to getting this out on the bay system here and catching some speckled trout. While we're doing that, we're taking you around your local region for this week's fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters from lakes, rivers, and bays, right where you live, both freshwater and saltwater. So we get the Waypoint Customs fishing rig launched. Next time you see me, I'll be with Captain Patrick. Right now, let's get things started back at the studio in your weekend planner.
Hey everyone, these Salooner tables are showing fair fishing conditions throughout the weekend. Peak daytime activity will start at 8:29 on Saturday and 9:02 on Sunday morning. Nighttime action picks up around 8:54 on Saturday and 9:27 on Sunday night. Depending on your local area, expect the sun to rise around 6:19 and set around 8:33. Evenings will feature a moon that is 25% visible. We'll be right back to check all of the current fishing reports from throughout the area. Plus, I'll return with Bassmaster Elite Angler Gerald Swindle to answer this week's Ask the Pro question. Stay with us.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Power Pole, Total Boat Control. Visit Mississippi. Good times are close by. Low Boats, 50 years of boating craftsmanship. Balls Out, made in the USA. Heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders.
And there's our first fish of the day, and it's a speckled trout. This could be a trout day before it's all said and done. But there's a good look.
There he is right there, Barry.
You got a fish?
Yep.
First one of the day, here we go. What is it? Redfish?
I don't know, it's staying down.
Show yourself, fish.
If it's a red, it's not a giant one.
All right, I'm gonna
If
come
it's
over
a trout,
here.
it's a decent trout.
I'll come over here and be ready with the net in case. Oh, it's a
Trout.
trout, yeah. It's a decent trout. Come in here, buddy. All right, everybody, welcome back. We've made it out here. Oh, here we go. We have made it
Pull the
out.
lure out.
with Captain Patrick Garmison, and we fished with him several times on the show. And there's our first fish of the day, and it's a speckled trout. This could be a trout day before it's all said and done, but there's a good look. So, Patrick, let's get the setup going here. We're fishing out behind a big island in the middle of Mobile Bay. And we're doing that for a reason. We're fishing behind some really tough conditions. We've got a couple of things going against us, 40-mile-an-hour winds and muddy water. What's been going on around here?
A lot of wind. I mean, does my face look wind chapped at all? Because it's been nothing but wind for a solid week.
Well, we're in Mobile Bay, which is on the western end of this whole complex of water here. Real quick though, comment about the cold weather we're coming off of in the winter. We had terrible fish kills way down south in the Gulf Coast, but up here you're saying not much.
It wasn't too bad. Like the cold line literally stopped at Alabama-Mississippi line.
You've got speckled trout working, you've got redfish, you've got sheephead, you've got black drum, you've got all the traditional species around here perfectly unharmed.
Yeah, as far as I know, nobody ever saw or witnessed any type of fish kill.
All right, well, we're off to a good start. Got a trout.
Hey friends, Captain Kevin Broussard here with your Let's Fish report, coming to you from Southwest Louisiana, Hackberry, Tailwick, Calcasieu Lake. Right now, still mostly catching redfish. You hit the days right, you can catch some trout action. Talked to Bill Lake over at Houma, same thing, still dealing with a little off-color water, spotty trout catches, but redfish good. Over the Hopedale Delacroix, they're able to get out a little further. They're catching a few trout down there. Soft plastics, live shrimp seems to be the key. Tell you what, y'all want to make a trip down here to Calcasieu Lake, come to Cajun Paradise, give us a holler. For Old Cajun Phil, Captain Kevin Broussard saying happy fishing, may God bless, and let's fish.
There he is. There's one. He's swimming.
Oh, right at the boat.
He's got it. What if we got a red?
Like it?
Let's see what I got. Oh, it's a trout. Look at that. Big old trout.
Oh, real nice one.
Yeah.
You want the net?
I'll just flip it in.
There you go.
By the time you can get the net, I'll have him in the boat. And I caught a good trout right there. Look at that dude. There we go. That is a nice one, and he's got my swim bait. You got your pliers handy right there?
Yes, sir.
He's got my swim bait way down in his throat. Well, while we're unhooking this fish, I want to give you kind of an overview of this whole Gulf Shores Orange Beach area. I told you that there's such a diverse area that you can fish, so I want to give you kind of a little bit of a flyover, and I want to start on the far east end. So there's Perdido Bay, then you come next to that, there's Wolf Bay, there's Portage Creek that runs into that. You've got the Intercoastal Waterway, you've got the beachfront in front of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, then you come on down and you've got Bon Secours River, and then you've got Mobile Bay. So that's kind of the general overview of this whole area. And today is proof that even on the worst of conditions, you can find somewhere to fish and you can catch some fish no matter what. Let's put this fish back real gently. Thanks for unhooking him for me there. And there he goes. So if you've never been to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, or if you've been but you just didn't know the fishing is as good here as it is, man, you come here and you book a guide trip with Captain Patrick Garmison, or even if you bring your own boat and want to fish by yourself, I would definitely recommend that you get a guide for a day just to orient yourself. But man, there's so much water to fish around here, and even if the wind blows real hard, or even if there's some dirty water everywhere, you can find some clear water and you can find somewhere to fish out of the wind, out of all those places. He's hooked real good though. Oh man, he's wild. He is wild. I got to put a new bait on. They tore mine up.
Oh, got him.
You got another one?
Yep. Oh, he's
Good
jumping.
jump.
Oh, jumping trout.
Come in here, partner. All right. There's another decent trout right there. Welcome back, everybody. Patrick, we are doing something right now that is pretty much money around this place, and we're fishing rocks. We're fishing a big, long rock jetty down through here, or not a rock jetty, but a riprap. There's a decent truck. And I knew he was gonna do that, so back he goes. Get out of there. You fish rock a lot around here. Why is that?
Man, it's just a great source of protection for any any of the prey that the trout are looking for. Anything from glass minnows, pogies, mullet, shrimp, crab.
So really, if you wanted to just come here and find these long stretches of rock riprap or rock jetty and just throw soft plastic baits. I'm throwing a Strike King Rage Tail paddle tail and caught some on it, and he's got some kind of a little slick lures soft plastic bait. But any of these little soft plastic baits, you throw them right up on those rocks and pull it off as close as you dare. Get to the rocks and pull it off, and you got a chance to catch redfish, trout.
A lot of good fish cruising around some rocks in Mobile Bay.
Hi everyone, Captain Greg Berm here bringing you this week's Texas Coastal Fishing Report. Hey, let's start right here in Galveston, Texas. Hey, the water temps, they've hit the 80s, and Galveston Bay and the jetties are loaded up with specks and redfish. West Galveston Bay has lots of bird activity right now. Now, let's move south and talk Freeport and deep sea fishing. A red snapper season open and the Gulf is loaded up with some monster red snapper right now. We're fishing 100 to 150 foot of water, dropping snapper slapper lures over wrecks and rock piles. A snapper season lasts from June 1st through August 2nd. I still have some weekday availability. Give me a call. I'd love to have you aboard. Let's go catch some big Gulf of Mexico red snapper. I'm Captain Greg Berm, and I'll see you next week.
There we go, got him. Should pull trout. Come up top, buddy. Swimming at the boat now.
He's got some moves on it.
There he comes. That's a good trout.
Oh, it's a nice one.
Good trout. Stick the net under him real quick, will you? He's hooked real good though. Oh man, he's wild. He is wild. There we go. All right. We are catching trout today. Now, we're with Captain Patrick Garmison, Ugly Fishing Inshore Guide Service. He guides on the western half of the whole complex around Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. And we're gonna actually tag a fish just to show you what these guys do.
We'll get a quick measurement of them. I normally have my bump board out somewhere, but this is easy enough. So we got exactly 19-inch trout.
And this doesn't harm the fish in any way.
And we get a little tug and it's snug in there.
And there's the
it's ready
tag.
to go.
All right, so now we're gonna release this fish. Well, man, he was ready to go just like that.
Oh yeah, you put a tag in them, they're very excited to go home.
So, and you said that you've had actually fish that your clients have caught 4 and 5 times.
Yeah.
The same fish.
Yeah, the same very fish. And it's really cool because when we catch one multiple times like that, it's always in the exact same location. Like it's one specific point. It's one specific grass bed, whatever it is. And then we've had some where we've caught 2 or 3 times over that moved just a couple, maybe 100 yards down a shoreline. And then I had one just recently. We caught it and it swam close to 30 miles in 30 days. A little 16-inch redfish. Wow. And you would think that those guys are staying put, and this guy moved half the length of the bay.
Wow, that's just incredible. All right, just another cool thing about coming here to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, and if you fish with Captain Patrick or several of the guides around here, you may get to tag a fish and track what happens to that fish.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose. Feel the difference. Waypoint Customs. Customize your boat your way. Strike King. Tie one on. Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Fishing Specialties. Makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
Calm down, partner. Oh, you barely had it hooked right under the lip. All right. There's bait everywhere
Yeah,
out
it
here,
is.
Patrick. This is the most bait we found anywhere. Got
We've only-
trout?
Yeah,
Think it's trout?
yeah, I think so. He ain't no giant, but seems like a good fish.
Let's see if I need to grab a net or if you're gonna boat flop him.
We'll probably just swing him in. Yeah, he's about like that last one I
All right,
caught.
he's a keeper trout though. He's caught a bunch of keepers today. Look at there. Calm down, partner. Oh, you barely had him hooked right
Barely
under the
hooked.
lip. All right, Patrick, talk about these fish and what they feed on here and what you're looking for. That fish is gonna go back, by the way. That's a good trout. We pulled into an area, we went probably, quarter of a mile without a bite. And all of a sudden, these birds start diving at the water and we start seeing activity. What are we looking at here?
So most of the activity we've seen has been either pogies, some small pogies, glass minnows, and mullet.
So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that little bait. If you're in there and seeing those big old mullet that are this long, just flopping, happy dancing, that's nothing to get excited about. But you start seeing that little bait, find the bait, find the fish. Let's catch another one.
Welcome once again to Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by American Renaissance Grills. Made right here in America with features such as rotisserie cooking and available infrared cooking. These truly are America's best value in an outdoor kitchen. Now, the first weekend in June kicks off National Fishing Week, and that first Saturday is National Fishing Day. We're going to start with brim, or bluegill if you will, which are up shallow at Toledo Bend. They're spawning right now, and that makes them easy to catch. Another great species for the kids are sand bass, and you'll find them at Lake Whitney back in the bigger creeks towards the back of the creek feeding on the shad. There you can throw things like small topwaters or tail spinners. They're pushing bait fish up shallow and gorging on them when they get them cornered. So that's this week's Lone Star Lakes. Be sure and check us out on Facebook, Lone Star Lakes.
Hey, if I was made to pick only one month that I could fish in Oklahoma, it would be the month of June. This is absolutely my favorite time of year to fish for a lot of reasons. Now, if you see me on the water during this period, you're going to see that I have 5 different baits tied on at all times. I always have a topwater bait tied on. I'm going to have a small crappie bait tied on. I'm going to have an online spinner like this rooster tail. There's going to be a creature bait on my rig, and I always have my jigging spoon tied on. Now the jigging spoon, of course, I'm using for white bass. They're either coming up and schooling, or I'm targeting them on the humps or around the bridge pillars about 12 to 16 feet deep. These other 4 baits, I'm concentrating more so on the main lake points. Those fish have kind of moved back out to those points, not necessarily deep, but on the points. Those are great ambush points for all species. Love June fishing in Oklahoma. You can catch them, but you can't catch them if you don't go.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Get our free fishing guide at orangebeach.com. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS Anchor. The tour is back. Blazer, high-performance boats for high-performance anglers.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get right to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Dan wants to know, what is the most scared that you have been on the water? For an answer, we asked Bassmaster Elite Angler Gerald Swindle.
The New Orleans Bassmasters Classic, and I was practicing with Timmy Horton. We had boat issues, so we were practicing together, pre-fishing. It come up the worst lightning storm I'd ever seen. I mean, it was popping lightning all around us. We tried to run for cover. Lightning kept hitting the water all around us on the bank, and there was like a little bitty old hunting shack. And we got scared, ran the boat up on the bank, and ran through the grass and got in that hunting shack and just laid on the floor. I was like, dude, we're gonna die in this place. And it was like black. There was like, you knew there was a tornado somewhere. And when Timmy and I got done with that, I'm like, dude, that was the stupidest thing we've ever done. I mean, we almost got killed trying to practice for the Classic.
Thank you, Gerald. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply go to letsfishtv.com. and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit a question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
We are back on dry land after a great day's fishing with Captain Patrick Garmison. I'll give you his contact information in just a moment. And we're in front of the beautiful Dock of the Bay property through Harris Properties. I'll give you that information in just a moment. But first, time right now for this week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest. She's Elena Curry of Crowley, Texas, with a 10.9-pound largemouth bass she caught at Lake Benbrook in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Texas. If you'd like to be our next winner, just go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/letsfishtv. Go to last Tuesday's post. It's about the Big Catch of the Week. Post your picture there along with all the details about your catch. You could have you and your big fish shown on our show.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Next up on the Academy Right Stuff, it's the right gear if you'd like to catch speckled trout on artificial baits. Probably a popping cork and a shrimp is the number one, but if you like to catch them on artificials like I do, this is the perfect setup. It's the Lew's Inshore Speed Stick Rod. It is the perfect action for throwing a swim bait on a lead head like we threw today. It's got wind grip, split handles. It is a beautiful setup with both the rod and the matching spinning reel. And as far as the baits are concerned, I caught all of the fish you saw me catch, and Patrick caught some on the Strike King Rage Swimmer swim bait. It's a 3 1/4 inch swim bait. It's got a lot of action on that paddle tail. If you just throw this all day long, you've got your best chance of getting bit on a trout or a redfish. I came across something on social media the other day and I absolutely love it, and I believe it is true, and I'm just going to read it to you. Marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your hard. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your hard. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your hard. Communication is hard. Not communicating is hard. Choose your hard. Life will never be easy. It will always be hard, but we can choose our hard. Pick wisely. This is the point where I give you the contact information if you'd like to make your very own trip to Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Alabama, and catch some of these fish. First, let me tell you, this place is wide open. The restaurants, the lodging, the beaches, the state park pier is mostly back open. Everything is ready for your trip to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. There's the website address. It's got a full fishing page on it if you'd like to check out all the fishing opportunities as well. Speaking of fishing, here's Captain Patrick Garmison's contact information at Ugly Fishing Charters. He can take you out on the western side of things here in the Gulf Shores, Orange Beach area and catch some of these fish, several different species. And here's the contact information for Harris Properties. The property right behind me is where we're staying. It's called Dock of the Bay, but they've got lots of properties all over this place. This particular one is right on Wolf Bay, right behind the house here. But if you'd like to come here, you can contact them at the information you see on your screen. From Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Let's fish, everybody. Bye-bye, y'all.